It's all good.
God bless you.
So you're looking forward to your holiday in Australia in a couple of weeks, then, are you?
Yeah, man, big time. I was just saying, it's awesome every time that we end up coming to Australia because it's usually like the dead of the winter. It's whether it be February or December, and it's always your Christmas or not your Christmas, your summer season, and it kind of breaks up the doom and gloom of New Jersey winter.
But also
Definitely excited.
you can do Christmas shopping while you're here because you can say, but it's from Australia.
Right. That's a good point.
You
That is a
just
good point.
you can just
It's,
if you've got enough room in the luggage to be sneaky with your weight on the
right.
plane, you can do a little bit of Christmas shopping, and you can only spend like $2, and you've got the excuse of it's from Australia.
Right. It's Australia. I got this from my That's actually a great idea. The
Yeah.
in-laws are getting koalas all day.
If well, it depends if you like them or don't like them, because down when you get to Sydney, it's my hometown, even though I'm in Brisbane. When you go down by the water, there's like those souvenir shops, and you can buy like kangaroo ball bag money pouches.
Get out, really?
I
Oh,
shit
I'm
you not,
I'm
dude.
finding that. That's awesome. I've never seen that there. Yeah, I gotta I
That,
gotta check that out.
there's a job for your showrunner. Get me the
Yeah,
kangaroo scrotum
get me
money
this.
pouch.
That's great. I'm totally getting that.
Well, you actually got some sideshows. So you've got two headline sideshows in Melbourne and one in Brisbane, which is fantastic, plus the
Yeah,
three festival appearances. So that adds
yeah,
to extra time on stage. So at least it's not sort
yeah.
of a hit and run for you guys this time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a crazy flight, as you know. So to be able to have some kind of exposure on our own time, because we love festivals, but we're famously we've just never really opened, for anybody else, just for the fact that we like doing our own thing. We'd always rather play smaller shows than open up for somebody in an arena or whatever it may be, so just so we can kind of control the narrative and play the songs we want to play as long as we want to play, and kind of kind of do that. Where in Australia, it's interesting because you you know that every single show is going to be special because whoever is a fan of this band and has seen us a few times in Australia, they know that it's not a place that we could come to every 6 months. So
Yeah.
to be able to cover some ground is nice.
And the thing is, like, when a band's coming all this, or like you're coming from the East Coast, so it's an even longer flight than LA people.
Yeah,
So you're probably like 17, 18 hours, maybe a
yeah,
layover
22, I
here and
think.
there.
Yeah, I
So
think it's like 22 altogether.
yeah, by the time you get here, you just want to, even though you're probably dead tired, you just want to go and get shit
Yeah,
done. So what's the
yeah.
essential thing for you after such a long flight when you hit the ground running? Like, do you just want to go straight to
Uh,
sleep?
no, no, no. So yeah, I've changed it up as I've gotten older. I have a pretty crazy routine where I try not to eat really on a flight. This one's going to be long, so I'll probably have to eat, but I try not to eat on flights that are, 3 to 5 or 6 hours. Drink a lot of water. I don't drink any alcohol anymore. And it's imperative, no matter how tired I am, that I have to get in the gym immediately when I get to the hotel. And that usually cures jet lag for the most part.
Cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I learned that I learned that pretty recently, probably about a year ago, and it's been working this whole year. It's awesome.
Okay. Now I have to take you back a bit to when you guys had your hiatus.
Mm,
So a lot of bands, the hiatus means fuck you, we're never getting back together and until the money's
right.
on the table kind of thing. But for you guys, it was just honestly, it was like you needed a break. What was
Mhm.
the thing you learned about yourself personally over that break and about the band over the break that you really needed to learn?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. I think on a personal level, I did a lot of growing. When we started this band, I was 18. I was very young, so I kind of grew up on the road, or didn't grow up, and I did a lot of growing as I think just a man, learned how to be a husband, learned how to be a father, learned how to be responsible. Um, and I moved into just figuring out who I am outside of being in the Gaslight Anthem, and created some other outlets that I've wanted to. Opened up some barbershops, and um, have my brand, which is called Idle Hand. We do a lot of cool things. We do pop-up barbershops, music festivals, and we have barbershops, and we have clothing lines with it. So yeah, just doing a lot of fun things outside of music, and then also having other projects within music that were a bit different than Gaslight, things that um, don't really work with Gaslight, and was able to kind of experiment on that side of things. But I think with the band, to really like grasp, especially when we got back, just understanding and being super grateful that how important this band is to some people, and not to take that lightly, especially when you're tired and you've been on the road for 3 months, and you've got to realize that and understand that the people that are walking through that door and are paying money to be there, and are paying money to buy your merch, and are helping this thing be a legitimate band, are you owe everything to get out there and do your best you possibly can every night. And when you're younger, it's hard. It's easy to become jaded. I think we did a good job with staying as humble as possible at a young age. But I think as you get older, um, especially with COVID and all sorts of crazy stuff that we go through in this country, it's really awesome to be able to really have perspective on what we do for a living.
Yeah, cool. Now, this year saw a really cool EP with one of my favorite people, Butch Walker. What was
Mm,
it like working with, no offense to anyone else, but a fucking musical genius in Butch Walker?
yeah, yeah, man. Butch, it's it's not fair, man. Butch is one of those guys where you're like, so you have like everything going for yourself, man.
Yeah,
Like usually somebody that's like that good of a songwriter is usually like doesn't have the other thing going, or the other thing is got the beautiful hair, crazy style, nicest guy you've ever met. Like, no lie, no blowing smoke. He's literally one of the nicest guys. Became fast friends with him. Um, yeah, Butch, he's incredible. His portfolio of work speaks for itself, and I think that we come from a very similar background. Brian worked with him on a solo record. So we know that there was synergy between the two of them. And then when we got into the studio with them, everything clicked with all of us. And yeah, I think that's a relationship that will probably continue, I'm sure, in the future.
amazing. Now, I've got a crazy question to finish up today.
What's
What
that?
do you think New Jersey means to the outside world, and what does New Jersey mean to you?
Yeah. I think it changes over the years, right? If you asked me this question 15 years ago, I would say The Sopranos, right?
Yeah,
Everybody's Tony Soprano, The Sopranos. And then, the Jersey Shore show became a thing. And then 25 years ago, it's Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi.
yeah,
And um, if you've spent time in New Jersey, you would say pork roll, or pork roll is like a local New Jersey breakfast delicacy, kind of like Vegemite is in Australia. Um, but yeah, I think it changes. It changes all the time, right? I think New Jersey is just a looked at as like a very hardworking blue collar, um, stepchild of New York City, right? So we do our best, but it's one of the most
Hopefully the evil
beautiful.
stepchild. We all want to be the evil stepchild.
Yeah, exactly. But we do our best to make our mark, and I think we have. New Jersey has some of the greatest actors and musicians and artists and chefs that are in this country. So it's a special place, and yeah, to me, it's home. New Jersey is home, and there's been many times as I was younger where I thought about moving away, and I would come back from tour. I'm like, I love other places, but this is a place that makes sense for me.
Awesome, man. I'm going to let you go. You've probably got some more interviews. You got a really nice sunset building behind you, so that's pretty killer.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So pack clothes for cooking in because it's fucking
Yeah,
hot in
it's
Australia.
hot.
Yeah, we will see you in a couple of weeks, man. So enjoy
Awesome.
your time at home, and we'll see you at Good Things.